Hey.
Hey, what's up, guys? Super stoked to do this with you guys today. We had a ton of entries, which is really cool. I think we got almost 3,700 people that entered, so that was crazy. One of our patrons, John Dubois, he basically created like a really cool spreadsheet that helped us pull the duplicates out and got everything ready to go for this drawing today. So yeah, I'm excited. We'll do the drawing for the 4 performance gift cards, and then we'll probably do the Skydio, and then we'll do the Niner frame. So I'm super stoked, and yeah, it's been cool. But before we do that, we actually got our YouTube like 100K plaque, and so I think while we let people fill in and come into the chat for a minute, we'll kind of unbox that with you guys. We haven't opened it yet, so it's kind of exciting. And yeah, just kind of just doing something chill. We're just gonna do the drawing and maybe chat for a little bit, but I don't know, just cool to see you guys. We had to take kind of like a week off just for mental health. So we went did a little bit of stuff on our own, and then just working on a few videos right now. Finishing up the cornering part 2 video this week. That one ended up taking a lot longer than I thought just to make it good. So that one's going to be a lot of work, but I think we'll have that out by next Friday. So that'll be really cool. And I saw a couple people asking, how do you enter? Sadly, we closed all the entries already because we had to import all the data into like a spreadsheet. So we closed that about an hour ago. But yeah, I tried to get everyone that we could up until this last few minutes here, and now it's closed. But and some people are asking what time it is. It's 2 p.m., so it's like in the afternoon, early afternoon for us here. We just wanted to do a little bit different time. We've been doing a lot of them like after work at like
Mhm.
5:30 or 6 our time, and then we wanted to try to get some other people to be in here on the live, so that'll be cool. And yeah, you want to open the thing?
You will. I'll
Okay.
let you do it.
All right. Well, I'll start open this, and you guys can ask April some questions if you want. We'll kind of unbox this thing. So be cool.
We haven't announced yet. We're going to do it after we see the plaque. And you don't have to be present to win. We will post it in like email, or we'll email the winners.
This thing's on here.
Caleb, what did you rent? Oh, advice for
Okay.
starting on 29ers.
So here it is. We got to build a shelf or something. It's kind of cool. They put in like a really cool little note too, just kind of thanking you guys really, and just the fact that we have a community like you guys is really cool. And then here is the plaque. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Let's see. This thing's cool. Sweet. Thing's shiny. That's cool. Yeah, thank you guys for making this possible. I mean, we honestly didn't expect this to ever happen, or that wasn't really the goal. The goal is just to help people out, and I think the fact that you guys made this possible is really cool. So we really appreciate it. And
Yeah, like all the stories we've been hearing makes it so like worth everything that we've done. It's been a lot of hard work, but it's been awesome.
yeah, I don't know, it's gonna be cool to see where it goes to. I think hopefully we can continue to like grow and scale and help more people. And we've been trying our best to keep up with everything, but it's a lot of work. Just all the different little channels that we're kind of commenting and responding to people on, and now managing like the merchandise and everything. So sorry if we haven't been as responsive the past week or two. We just been trying to process a lot, and yeah, this is definitely a cool little milestone to share with you guys. So we'll build a little shelf and put it in the back or something. That's cool. You want to feel it?
Sure. It's actually really cool.
It's pretty light too. Sweet. Yeah, thank you guys so
Yeah,
much.
thanks.
I saw my mom's in here too. That's funny. Thank you guys. And also, if you guys have some questions, throw them in. And after we do the drawing, we can try to do a little live chat and answer a few questions. And I don't know, it'd be kind of fun. So let's see. Yeah, a lot of people are just saying congrats. So thank you guys for the congrats too. It's been cool. Like we said, it wouldn't be possible without you. And I don't know, it's just been surprising the response, but all in a good way. And I think little things like that will really help us keep going and just make it worth it. So um Oh, someone said, "Where are you gonna place it?" I have no idea.
You said you wanted to put it in the living room, but maybe if we
Yeah.
build a shelf, we can put it back there.
Yeah. People asking about the dog. He's sleeping right here.
We're having a lazy Sunday.
Cool. If you hand me
So,
that, we can start drawing.
what you guys are here for.
So yeah, first of all, huge thank you to John for creating this little spreadsheet and everything. It made my life about a million times easier, which is awesome. So huge thanks to him. What we're gonna do is we are gonna do the performance gift card first. We have 4 of those, and then we're gonna do the Skydio, and then we're gonna do the Niner frame. So you guys are ready, then we can do the performance gift cards first, and it'll pop up someone's name. Basically, I'm gonna grab their name. We have all their information on the back end. We'll do a screenshot and then kind of email them, reach out to them. So if you do win, just look for an email in the next day or so. Cool. You ready?
Yeah.
You want to click it?
Oh. So this is for the performance, the first gift card. Alyssa Goats.
Yeah. Alyssa. Count number, her number, random number was 2,593.
So that's the first winner.
For the performance gift card. So Alyssa, that's first winner. And then you want to click for another one?
Okay.
See.
Sarah Wrigley.
Okay, so Sarah's
Second
the second winner. That's cool. We got some women in here winning. I think all the other winners have been boys, so this is rad. We got 2 girls off the bat. All right, her little random number was 437. So it kind of does a random selector. Behind this big black bar, I have all the contact info and stuff. We hit it for everyone, but it's all random. So let's see.
Sergio Ortiz. Sorry if I'm like butchering people's names.
So yeah, Sergio is the third winner. So we got one more of the performance. So Sergio here. All right, fourth and final.
Just for the performance.
Yeah. Antonio Lucio. So we got Antonio, his random number 2782. And yeah, that is all 4 of those. Cool. So those were the 4 $100 performance gift cards. I'll send a follow-up email to the winners on that, and then we'll do the coupon code or whatever. So should be pretty cool. And let's see. Ready for the Skydio next?
Yeah.
All right. So first of all, huge thank you to Skydio for doing this. Not only is the winner going to get a drone, but they get spare batteries, they get a controller, they get a beacon, they have like the full action sports kit. And it's really cool to do this. They've been like, they have so many back orders. I think they're back ordered till 2021. So the fact that they kind of are setting one aside for you guys is really cool. And yeah, I just want to say thanks to Willie and Trevor and all those guys at the team. Adam Bry, Adam Bree, he's the CEO. So he was really cool. All of those guys have been so rad. And I just want to say thanks to Skydio for doing this. And with that being said, you want to draw it?
Yeah.
All right.
Nick Silva.
So Nick, you won the Skydio. Congrats on that one. His random number was 190. So got in there. There's 2,000 entries for North America for the Skydio. And then we have about 3,500 for international for the Niner. So congrats to Nick. Sorry to anyone who didn't win, but we're going to do some more of these. I talked to a few sponsors so we can keep this going throughout the year and just do fun ones like this. You guys helped us achieve our goals, and we just want to help you guys by, giving back what we can. So it's been really cool. But congrats to Nick. I'm going to screenshot that guy right now. And then the final one.
The Niner.
The final countdown. So again, huge thanks to Niner. The thing about the Skydio one is they're not certified to fly or ship all over the world yet because they have like autonomy features. And so they're basically certified in North America. That's why we wanted to do a giveaway that was international, and Niner stepped up and they decided to give away a carbon hardtail frame, and you get to pick the size. So that was really cool of them. Huge thanks to Zach and Nate and all those guys over there for making this possible. And with that being said, I'm going to draw the international winner.
You guys can still win. So let's see.
You gonna do a drum roll?
No, I can't. I'll butcher it. The winner is Vince Papacidiero. I can't say it. Papacidiero. I can't say it right. I'm sorry.
So Vince is the winner here. We got his Hotmail thing. His random number was 3,067. one of the kind of last ones in there. We put it all in there, did a bunch of shuffling, and yeah, congrats to Vince for winning the Niner frame. Anyone who didn't win, don't be bummed. We talked to them and they want to do some more stuff next year, and especially once they get more stock of bikes. The reason we did a hardtail is that's basically all they have left at the moment. And I think next year we're going to be able to do like a Niner Rip 9 and a few other different things. So super rad. All the sponsors have been like so stoked on the response from you guys. And I don't know, it's just been really cool just how engaged you all are. And I don't know, thank you. It's been cool.
Yeah.
It's been super cool.
We just want to help you guys as much as possible. It's more rewarding.
So yeah, congrats to Vince. Congrats to the performance winners, and congrats to Nick Silva or Sylvia for the Skydio. You guys are rad. And thank you guys so much for entering. Like I said, we got 3,700, I think, 3,500 entries. And thanks to John for making this spreadsheet. It literally
Really
saved me
helpful.
so much time. And yeah, thank you guys too for following the directions. Like you guys did a really good job on that. I think there's only a few that we had little errors on that kind of went through and fixed or connected with people. But yeah, thank you guys for following the rules and not submitting a ton of duplicates. That was nice. So yeah, this is cool. Sweet.
Yeah. So we can answer some questions. There's one asking if I can pull a solid manual already. I haven't been practicing, so no. I did have one pretty good one, or a couple that I practiced soon after, but I just haven't practiced since.
Yeah, she scared me on the what was that, at the bike park that one day?
Oh, that was a random good one. I did post it on my Instagram, so I have done some solid ones.
Yeah, that scared me. Let's see if there's any other questions in here too. Oh, and someone said I thought the Niner was from North America, and it was too. So the Niner was for everyone, and then the Skydio was just like a North America only thing. In the future, we're gonna try to just do all of them as like a full international giveaway. Just in this one case though, like Skydio can't be sold or shipped out of North America, so that kind of limited us, and that's why Niner stepped in. But yeah, let's see. Oh, and a couple people said they don't know how to enter. We tried our best to make it easy and like do a lot of explaining last week, but we have a website. It's just called ridemtb.com. And there was like an entry form on there. So in the future, if you see a contest from us, it'll probably be through that website as well. And oh, a couple people are like, oh no, I heard the name, first name. Oh, and Bruce actually had a good question. He said, have you ever ridden the National Whitewater Center in Charlotte? So actually, yes, I went to an Interbike East event out there, and that place is super fun. It's like a little complex with all kinds of good trails, and they have like the National Whitewater Training Center there. That was really
Oh yeah,
cool.
you told me about that.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh, Patrick said Skydio is back ordered. Yeah, so Skydio, they aren't even doing marketing this year because they sold like so many drones that they're trying to build, and they're all made in America. And so like their assembly line is just down in California, and I got to go tour it, but it's crazy. Like being made in America, it's such small quantity, and they're trying to fulfill all the orders that they had people place last year. So
and then COVID, I think, slowed it down.
And because they're out in San Francisco area, and so like COVID really shut them down bad. And so I've been in touch with them. They kind of made a promise when we were at like 10K. They're like, oh, when you guys get to 100, we'll give away a drone. And they thought it would be like maybe next year. So it came a lot faster. And yeah, it was kind of interesting. But oh, this is a good one. Professional amateur. He said, what was the hardest lesson you both learned? If you're talking about like in life, I think we're still learning it right now. And it's kind of like communication, just working together on this because it's such a big effort. And especially with April working full time, like we're trying really hard to just be better at communicating together. And I think it's a lot of there's a lot of learning to be done, but we're trying our best. And I think we're getting better at it. So that's cool. And April's sweet, so it makes it a lot easier.
And the bike behind us is just kind of for decoration right now for the video, but it is the bike that I started on in the videos, and it's Kyle's bike.
Yeah, and it's a 27.5 like kind of playful slalomy bike, and so that's one I built up earlier this year. And now that April got her own bike, I'm kind of piecing that one back together, and it's missing a few little key parts. So that's why it's just on the rack for now.
Yeah, I had to steal some.
um
And we will Kyle will email the winners, and if you want to watch this back, you can hear the winners if like you weren't sure if it was you
Yeah.
or not. But
So
we will email the winners.
yeah, and we'll try to keep this one fairly short. So like maybe we'll do another 15 minutes, and after that, people can go watch through again. So yeah. And oh, Mike said, thanks to your videos, after 6 years of riding my local trails, I achieved 10 personal records in one day.
No way.
That's awesome. That's super rad. Congrats, Mike. We've heard a lot of people say that after the cornering video, they got a lot of time off their corners and on their local tracks. That was really cool.
Sometimes up to like a minute.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's kind of cool. And one thing I wanted to say too is, we're not trying to be like telling you like this is the way you have to do it. But honestly, these lessons are just lessons that like I learned being self-taught along the way. And it's not like if you do it a different way, that's totally fine. We're just trying to provide what helped me, and I'm trying to help April get better. And that's the way that I know. So yeah, I know a couple people are like, oh, you should do it this way or this way. It's like not telling you like you have to do it our way, but that's just the way that I learned, and that's how we're trying to help. So yeah, thank you guys for all the cool stories. Someone said, "Is that a dog or a cat?" It's a little dog. He's 12 years old, little April's little Yorkie dude. Oh, and then Bryce said, "Is there some more merch coming?" Yeah, I think we are gonna try to do more, but honestly, I think we got overextended a little bit, and we're trying to like scale back and focus on just doing videos first and foremost, and then if I can maybe hire some people to help, that'd be cool. But honestly, we haven't really like started monetizing stuff that well yet because it's still so new. So it's kind of hard to hire people in when we don't really have the money to do so. So that's gonna be the interesting thing is trying to balance all that. And oh yeah, the new Kamaka said the new purple color for the POW handlebars is sweet. Any colors that you know of coming out? I think we might try to do something cool with them next year and do like a collaboration, like a limited edition for the Ride MTB stuff. So that'll be cool. But I don't know. April likes pink, so that could be cool. um, let's see. Lauren said, "Have you ever crashed?"
Either of us, yes.
Yeah, a lot for sure.
I definitely in the first year of mountain bike, I crashed a lot. And I think Kyle got like half of them on video. And then I've crashed a ton on my dirt bike for sure.
And then Peter, this is kind of a cool follow-up. Peter said last week or last live stream, he did a question about how do I like get the confidence to overcome something I crashed on. And he says, I went back to the scene last week.
Oh,
We kind of
sick.
told him to think about it, try to have your friend film you maybe, realize what went wrong, and then you won't be as scared. And he said he conquered it this time. So congrats, Peter. That's awesome. Let's see. Do you have any other good questions? Throw them in here. Oh, Carlo asked, wondering if your merch is free shipping overseas. We haven't set that up yet. We're still trying to like figure out the merch stuff. Neither of us have really ever like done it to this level yet, so we're still learning a lot. But I'm hoping that by next year it will be a lot more dialed on the shipping and kind of doing more free shipping and bring stuff in house. So yeah, that'd be cool. But it's a lot of work. We're trying to figure it out. It's a lot to do.
Someone asked James asked what personal protection equipment is most important when riding. And I think we both agree that your helmet is the most important. So a proper fitting helmet and a good helmet is definitely the most important. And then probably second might be knee pads.
Yeah, I like knee pads because when you're falling in a corner, usually the first thing that'll happen is your knee will hit the ground and then your hand. So kind of the point of contact is knee and then gloves. So knee pad, gloves, helmet.
Yeah, if you could see how scratched up my first knee pads were, they're pretty impressive.
Simon had a good question too. He said, do you think that you'll try and keep your videos ad free? I hope so. It's really nice to get uninterrupted instruction. So that's like a huge goal of ours. And we're kind of, I don't know, I hate ads. I hate them so much. And April laughs at me because I'll be watching a video and an ad pops up and I'll like click away. And that's why we're kind of trying to do ad free. I want you guys to be able to go in, search around, go like, oh, I needed to just watch this one little segment, be able to skip ahead without getting interrupted. So that's the goal. And performancebicycle.com, they kind of came in. I told them that was our goal. And they're like, hey, we'll help you kind of make up for the lost revenue. But if you just do the small overlay at the end of the video. So if you guys do notice that they're ad free, then that's all because up to those guys. But yes, we want to keep them ad free because we both hate watching ads. Yeah, this whole channel is supposed to just be like free instruction, so we're not trying to like push a ton of stuff on you. But I don't know. I hope that it makes a difference for you guys. Let's see. Bryce said you should do a design contest for merch. That'd be cool. That'd be super
Like
cool.
a limited.
Yeah. I saw another good one too. Oh, JB, he said, I'm gonna try servicing my suspension this winter. I'm kind of nervous. If you want, I think we'll do some like service videos, and that'd be a fun one to do because doing like a lower leg service is really simple, and you could totally do it. All you need is, a couple of the right tools, nothing really special, and then just some like slick honey and oil, Maxima oil. You're good.
I keep seeing requests for bunny hopping over the plaque. If it's Kyle, no problem. If it's me, I need to do a lot of practice just to make sure I don't ruin it.
Oh, and I saw Reki. He's our 50K winner. So hopefully, Reki, he just got his fork from the SR Sun Tour. So, yeah, hopefully that's on there and feeling good. We're stoked on that worked out. Thank you for entering too. And then Dan said service videos would be awesome. Yeah, that's kind of our winter goal out here in Idaho. There's not a whole lot to ride in the winter, and so that's kind of our goal is maybe just do some more tech stuff throughout the winter. Get April fixing things maybe. And someone else had a good one. Where'd they say? Oh, do you crash filming? And we've been really lucky so far. If we do have crashes, we'll for sure put them in. But luckily, so far, everything that we've done is like pretty structured and like within your ability level really well. So I was the closest one to crash a couple times. We put him in at the end. Let's see. Oh, or fat bike videos. That'd be fun. Oh, that's a good one for you.
Do we snowboard? I do snowboard, not like avid. And then I try to teach Kyle. That didn't work so well. And then he got a snow go and he likes that. So maybe we'll do a snow go video this winter.
Yeah.
And I haven't tried it yet. So we'll probably do one of me trying it. And a snow go is the 3-skied like bicycle snow.
Yeah, it's like a snow scoot trike bike hybrid thing.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool. There's a couple of snow bikes that have like 2 skis that are a little bit squirrely, but they look really fun once you master it. And the snow go is kind of like the easier version of that to learn.
I was totally not for it. And then I watched Kyle like just lay over in a turn on it. And I was like, okay, that looks fun.
Let's see. I saw another one. Oh, what beginner mountain bike do you guys think that's not that expensive? We've been a huge fan, like on the, a lot cheaper, like $400 range, like Batch bicycles. They make some awesome bikes to get into it. And I know a lot of the bike shops are carrying Batch. Those things seem really cool. And they're like around $400. And then if you go up to like more of a full suspension, I'm a huge fan of the Marin, like Hawk Hill and some of those bikes. I rode for Marin for a long time, and those guys are super rad, and they make really good bikes there too. And then, yeah, that's pretty sweet. So I don't know, Batch bicycles for like the more entry level. And then if you're trying to get like a kind of full suspension entry level, then I like the Marin a lot. And then,
look at the one Rich just said. I've been teaching a newer rider over the past few months, and your videos are invaluable. The other day she cleared a surprise rock step up at speed, and I heard her yell, "That's so April." That's funny.
That's
funny. Awesome. We've heard some stories like that where like people get surprised by something like that, like a surprise drop or log or rock, and they just kind of have it in their brain from the videos. So that's cool.
Yeah. And then I saw Peter said, can you do a video looking ahead and processing which line to pick? I think that'd be a really fun one. And the only thing that we've done close to that so far is like the enduro racing video that I did where I kind of talked about line choice a little bit. But yeah, we could totally do that. And I think that'd be a good one for you guys for sure. And then Aiden asked, have you drawn the winners yet? We did. I think we'll probably wrap this up in 5 minutes or so, and then you can just rewatch if you want to check it out. But we did draw the winners for the 4 gift cards, the Skydio and the Niner. And then I saw one other one. Would you consider making April teaching Kyle dirt bike skills? She could help me learn how to jump for sure.
I just don't know how to teach it. I usually just like follow me.
Yeah, she's way better at jumping than I am on a dirt bike, which is funny because like on the bike it's the opposite. But On like corners and stuff, I feel like I can hang with her pretty good, but then on like jumps, I'm definitely way more scared because I don't know how to control it. Kind of like how April feels on a bike a little bit. Like she has the mental, like I want to do this, but not like how do I do this type thing.
Yeah. You just pin it.
Oh, and then Vincent said tire pressure video. That'd be sweet. A skinny video. I had someone ask about that yesterday too, and that would be really cool. And someone said, "Do you use a mouse when editing videos? If not, you definitely should." I think I do use a mouse.
Yeah.
Editing has been like a super long learning process for sure, but it's easy to make stuff that just like goes out quick, but it's hard to get things with like the information that you want in there and make sure that it comes across like in a way that people can understand. That's been the hardest thing is like I think I spend too much time on it sometimes, but overall I think it's a good thing long term. Just kind of like restricts our amount that we can put out. But oh well, we'll try to get better at it as we go. Um
Is a full suspension bike good for a beginner?
Yeah, I think so for sure. And honestly, I learned on a hardtail, and a lot of people I know that become really good riders, they learn on hardtails. But this whole new generation learns on like a lot of kids learn on full suspension cross country bikes and stuff with Nika. And I think that they're a great way to get into it, but maybe they don't learn like a little bit of the skill that you might need on a hardtail. So if you have a chance to ride a hardtail for a bit, I think that's a great way to build your skill and then get on a full suspension. But you can't really go wrong either way. Just getting out on two wheels, it's all kind of the same thing. You'll have fun regardless. But that'd be funny. Oh, Bridget said hi from Wisconsin. That's where April's family is. So that's funny. We went to Appleton last year for a wedding. Uh, what else?
What's your favorite trail snack?
That's yours. What's yours?
No, you.
Me?
Yeah.
I don't know. I usually, oh man, that's hard. I don't really eat a lot unless it's like a really big day. I like Lara bars; those are pretty sweet. And then like on it, they're one of our sponsors. They have some really cool little snack bars too,
Mhm.
and beef jerky and stuff like that. I like that kind of stuff. But Lara bars are really good. I like those too because there's like dates and cashews and stuff.
When I did the death ride with Bobber a few years ago, dirt bikes, he always gets little candy bars like the nut rolls because it's salty and I don't know, maybe some protein with the nuts, but that's his like go-to like emergency need a snack.
And when I was racing a lot, I would always do just like peanut butter jelly wraps, and those were really good. Um,
I didn't know there was a pineapple upside down Laura bar. That's
we'll
sick.
try that out. Let's see. And hi to everyone out in Europe too. That's cool that you guys could join this time. It's super fun. That was literally why we just wanted to do this a little bit earlier and just get some different people in on this chat for a different question.
Patrick asked how to ride trails blind. That would be a good one.
That would be a good one.
We
That one's hard.
I think you could read like braking bumps
Yeah.
and some things. Like when we went to Woodward last weekend, I led Kyle and I led it blind, but you could kind of see it from the lift a little bit.
Yeah. The biggest thing that I always tell people to think about is when you're like riding a trail for the first time blind, try to understand that a trail builder who built that trail probably built the whole trail all the way down. So if you notice that some of the corners are like nice and smooth, then you can kind of count on most of them being smooth. But if they're like a weird, like nice arc into a tightening turn, you're like, oh, that's probably how this guy built that trail. Also with jumps, if the first few jumps are like really bucky, like you get kicked on them, it probably means the rest of them will be that way. So a lot of times what you'll experience in the first like jump, turn, jump, that's kind of what will be like the whole trail. And you kind of understand that and realize that. I know at our park, you can definitely tell who built what, and it definitely rides different ways depending on the trail builder. Yeah, someone said when you have a trail builder, but yeah, like when I used to build trails, a lot of people would laugh at me because they'd always feel the same because I just build like just the sketchiest little things into like G outs because I thought it felt cool.
Why?
And so people were like, "Oh, Kyle built this trail," so I thought that was fun. But you'll kind of notice people, I don't know, have a certain style the way they build a trail, so the trail should ride similar throughout the whole thing. But let's see. Oh, this is a good one. I wanted to like we're gonna do a follow-up video on this too, but someone asked, is there much of a difference in body position hitting drops on a trail downhill compared to the flat roll-in from the video that we did? And I've had a lot of people ask this question. And for me, if I have speed off of the drop, then the technique is the same. So like even if it's kind of a rocky little like lip on the end of the drop or something, If
Kind
we're
of like Mahalo.
yeah, like if you're coming in with speed, then the technique is the same. But if you're going really slow, there is a different technique where you kind of, if you're going really slow, like out of a turn, you'll kind of compress your arms and like do a little preload and then maybe even do like a slight pedal kick or a lunge to get the bike off the drop. So I think we'll do a follow up video on that. I wish we would have done a little bit better job in that video, kind of like understanding that would be a question, but we're still learning. And so, yeah, I've had that question a lot, but we'll do a follow up.
Yeah, I
Hopefully that
think that was
helps.
our second video,
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah. That we're learning a lot. So, I don't know, we're trying to figure it out. And Adam said he's sad no one watches YouTube and he has no friends. Well, you have 2 friends with us, so and we'll subscribe to you in a minute too once we get off this. Let's see.
Thanks, Kyle. Um,
Oh, that's a hard one. So Kyle Sims, he said
turkey noises.
yeah. He has a rear brake that's making weird turkey gobble noises. Any idea how to get it to stop? There are SRAM guides. So in my experience, when you have the turkey gobble, it's usually because like the rotor has gotten kind of thin, and where they have the holes for the laser cut holes, it kind of like is grabbing those and doing like the so I don't know. Those are hard to get rid of. A lot of times, if you go to a resin pad instead of a metallic pad, that'll help a lot. The resin pads are a lot quieter. They just don't work quite as well in wet weather. So maybe try resin pads, and then there's a couple bike shops here that like will just pull SRAM brakes off and just put like Shimano Dior or something on there. And that they just call that like the fix for SRAM, like
Would he need
SRAMitis.
a new rotor if that's, you said maybe a thin rotor?
Yeah, I would try maybe doing a resin pad first because it's cheap. They're like 15 bucks, and then you'll have new pads, and then you could always try a new rotor after that too. But if you go into a bike shop, they should be able to look and tell. And if your rotor has discoloration or something, then you'll probably need a new rotor. But I have that a lot too, like on long descents, or if I'm riding Whistler or something for a few days, my brakes will do the same when I wear down the rotor. So yeah, and
Is it easier or harder to wheelie with suspension or without suspension?
uh I feel like it's easier without, because then the geometry of the bike is
Always the
consistent. It's like
same.
instead of doing this. So yeah, I think it's easier without for sure.
Yeah. Manuals, pumping, wheelies are easier to learn on a hardtail.
Oh, Ethan said if the rotors are too thin, would it result in the fork shaking on harder braking? Yeah, I think that's kind of a more exaggerated version of the turkey gobble that he has going on. So I just personally have seen that a lot where when they get thin, like where they cut the laser holes out, it feels like it's maybe a different material, or the way that they assemble the rotor sometimes is like um, creates inconsistencies in it. And it's kind of funny, but like I know a lot of the cheaper SRAM rotors, they use very like kind of cheap steel, and a lot of times cheap steel, they'll use like recycled car parts and stuff, and there'll be like a lot of oil and plastic embedded in the steel. And when they get hot, it'll come out and like make the brake rotor do weird things. So one of the brands that I work with this year is called Braking. Super simple name, but they're from Italy and they use like 100% steel. And that's been like the quietest brake rotors I've ever had. So investing in a little nicer brake rotor makes a big difference. And Shimano rotors, sometimes they'll use steel with aluminum in the center, and it'll kind of like compress a little bit in the center and do weird things too. So I like just a nice steel rotor. But yeah. Oh, and JT said he just gave us a follow on the new IG. So April's kind of running that for the most part. I try to help too, but
I haven't like put a lot of time into it yet, so sorry. But I want to try to get some like pictures of us and like get an idea of what to do first.
oh, Carlos said a recommendation for a dropper post. Honestly, we've been using the PNW Cascade, or no, sorry,
I use
PNW Rainier Gen 3. And that's been like the sickest dropper post because it has 40 millimeters of adjustable travel, and they're really affordable. And I think if you send me a message or comment after this, I'll give you a code for 15% off. So that way it's even cheaper. Let's see. Do you see any other ones? Oh, that's Joanna. Here, I'll answer this one really quick. So, Brian, he said his Fox shock is making a squishy noise. Any ideas? So, Brian, a lot of times what that is your shock has a little bit of what they call cavitation, where basically the air has separated from the oil and you have a little air bubble in there. A lot of times, just getting that rebled is kind of the key to fixing that. And another thing that can cause that is if your internal floating piston is what they call it. If that loses air, then you'll get that like squishy noise. So sounds like maybe it's time just to send it in for a service. It's not that big of a deal, and they'll usually fix it in a few days and send it back to you.
That's a good comment. Some videos say that you should move your brakes so that you only use one finger. Does that make sense? My Shimano then have to move the shift buttons.
Yeah, I think he
Um,
has a combo where it's like the brake and the shifter combined, so he's worried about moving it too far in.
mm.
But this is a good one because April was experimenting with that.
So you definitely do want to use one finger on a bicycle. Um, because like two fingers is just like too much. Like you're more likely to grab a lot of brake.
Yeah, and like
Um,
when you go to bunny hop, you don't have as much strength using just this muscle as you do using your full three
yeah.
fingers.
I have a lot of strength because from dirt bikes, I have to use two to be able to like pull in the clutch. So like I have weird strength, and that's how I have to ride with dirt bike. And when I switch back to mountain bike, it's really weird for me because I like do both. But
That took
yeah, one finger is best for mountain bike for sure.
yeah, and that took a while for me to convince April of.
Well, it just no, it took a while for me to learn.
Yeah.
Like I understood it and I knew it because the first day I rode downhill, I went over the bars like a couple times. But I also wasn't doing equal braking. Um, so yeah.
Oh, and then this is a good question too, which I hear a lot from people. So Super Slime, he said, my gears are skipping when I put heavy load on the pedals. It only happens in two specific cogs. Any ideas? So I do have an idea. Depending on what cassette you have, a lot of times cassettes will have like some steel cogs and some aluminum cogs or some of different makeup. And also, a lot of times if you go under, okay, so I should stop that. They'll have two different kinds of aluminum or steel, and those wear at different rates. So depending on if you have like two aluminum ones at the top to try to save weight, maybe those will skip. Another thing to think about is that if you go under a 13 tooth, so a lot of times the 12 or the 11, the chain is actually bending at like a severe angle and it'll wear out faster. So if you spend a lot of time in your bottom two gears, like your hardest two gears, then you might want to go to a bigger chain ring in front and just spend more time in the middle gears. Anything below a 13 tooth, the chain has to bend a little bit too much and it'll wear things out faster and skip easier. So could be your cassette is maybe worn out at different rates. I see that a lot with like E13 cassettes. They use like aluminum and steel, and like the aluminum will wear out and the steel's good, and the chain doesn't know what to do really. And then I see a lot of people spend too much time in the harder gears. That was another thing April got a lot better at is like riding more in the higher gears because you have more efficiency. And I don't know, it took a while
I'm
too.
still working on it. I like to muscle hamster it. I like
um,
harder gears for some reason.
oh, Brian said live chat's cool. Thanks for answering my questions. Yeah, no worries. Also, we're gonna start doing this on Patreon. I'm gonna try to do like one every other week where explain like last week we did tires, like tire knobs and ramping and side knobs, siping, all that stuff. And then the next one we're gonna do is suspension, like what all the adjustments do, low speed, high speed, all that stuff. So if you want to get some more insight in that, we have the Patreon that we're gonna start doing that more on, and I'll answer all your questions there. Um, but yeah, let's see. Yeah, and then he said also don't pedal so hard when you shift. That's also a good tip. um,
Yeah, I think people have asked about shifting, like how to shift. So maybe in
yeah,
the future we can try to do that.
yeah, that's a good. Oh, and then Super Slime said I do spend a lot of time in the harder gears, so thanks. That's probably what it is. Is those anything the 11, the 12, and the 13 wear faster than everything above that. Um, and then oh, Jesse said what program do you use to edit all your videos? So far, we're using the Premiere Pro suite, or Adobe Suite, so Premiere Pro and all that stuff. And yeah, it's been cool trying to learn it. I've only been doing this stuff for like a year, so trying to figure it out. Uh, oh yeah, Freddie said it'd be cool if you guys could do a simple tips page. That would be cool, and that's kind of what we're hoping that our website will turn into over time. My mom is actually like a transcriptionist, so she'll like write things out. I'm gonna have her transcribe some of the podcasts and like the chat things that we do on Patreon, and then we'll have those uploaded. So that'd be cool. Uh, let's see. And then yeah, I think we'll start. Oh yeah, or write a book. That'd be cool too.
Yeah.
I think we'll start wrapping this up. So if you have any last minute questions, throw them in here, and then we'll try to get that.
Someone asked again for the how to jump video. We get a lot of questions for this. We do want to do it. We just want to do it right. And it's going to be a really tough video. And especially after doing cornering, we need just like a little break and we need some time to figure out the best way to do it.
Yeah.
Because I feel like what's working for you guys is that I'm learning and I can already jump, so we're not sure if we should use me for that, and so we need to find someone to do it with and just properly plan for it because it's something that, like, we really wanna do well for you guys.
Yeah, and like she said, so all the videos we've done so far have like honestly been April like learning and processing things and kind of like going through it. And the very first thing we ever or that we ever worked on with April was jumping because I always know that jumping is like the easiest way to get hurt if you don't do it correctly. So we spent a lot of time like at little tiny dirt jumps like this tall and just practicing her timing and all that. So she has the basics down pretty good. So I think we're gonna try to maybe bring in another person and try to like help them learn because I don't want to like fake it like April's trying to learn jumping because she's already pretty good at jumping now. So yeah, we're
Mhm.
trying to figure that out.
But in the meantime, work on your pumping because that will help.
Yeah, for sure. Because that's kind of
That's
the
what I
best.
worked on a lot
Yeah.
before jumping.
Yeah. Once you figure out how to pump and like get your body to compress on the lip, then you'll unload at the top. Like basically the biggest things I see with jumping are people aren't patient enough and they try to lift before their tires going off the end of the ramp. So patience is key. And number two, I see people get too far back off the bike when they should kind of you want to lead the bike and control it. You don't want it to just you don't want to be a passenger. Um, but yeah, oh, and then last one I saw, or a couple last ones. Kyle, I got a center ion. The rebound is set to the fastest setting, but it still isn't that fast. Any idea? So I've actually had this happen before in the past, and what mine was is that it was really dirty on the lowers, and inside where the bushings are, it was kind of gunked up. And once I cleaned it all out, it really helped speed the fork up because it wasn't having all that drag. So maybe try doing a lower service. They have a really good video on there, and I think I might even have a video on our channel too. I think I do. Travel adjuster something, and it's all the same process. So check that out. And oh, he said you y'all got an Insta. Yeah, it's the
Um, yeah, if you go to our website, the Ride MTB, we do have link to that. I don't know off the top of my head. It's
it says Kyle period April period Ride MTV.
yeah,
So pretty easy.
yeah,
So April's gonna
exactly what you
start
said.
updating that more often too, or trying to.
Yeah, I just wanna, get some proper pictures and stuff because we have more stuff of me, and I wanna get some more stuff of Kyle.
um, cool.
And
Oh
then Kyle's is Kyle Warner MTV, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
and I think if you go to our YouTube channel, it should have them like in the little banner thing or something. Oh, and then Joanna, I saw one question I wanted to answer for her too. She said pinky and other finger going numb. Is that common? That shouldn't be that common. There's kind of a few things you can look at. Number one, you could look at is are your handlebars too low? Because that's putting a lot of weight on your front end. So you might want to try raising the spacers under the stem, put one more spacer. And then number two is going to like a thicker grip or something like an ergon grip. Ergon is a really cool company and they have a lot of good supported grips on the side. So I guess that's called like your ulnar nerve, and that gets pinched and like shuts off the feeling to these two fingers a lot for people. So that'll a lot of times be your handlebars are too low or your grips are too thin, and you're putting a lot of pressure right on that pad.
Would the brake lever position be
It
something
could
too?
be, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
check
we
out
have
the riding position video. Is that what
mhm.
you're thinking?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, check that out. And Brian said is sending the fork for service an easy process. It usually is if you have a good bike shop in town, they should be able to help you guys out. And like I said, we're hoping to do the service videos and stuff this winter. So April will learn how to do all that stuff. I just don't want to get in trouble. People will think I'm making her do all the like
I have asked him to help me. Like I don't want to like I'll be happy like I can change my clutch in my dirt bike and stuff. Like I have changed a tire on my dirt bike, but I pinched it, so I was like I'm not doing it again. Rather just take it in. But I do need to learn these things, not that I want to be like doing full like fork service or whatever, but like I want him to like just to teach me tire change and like basic maintenance and stuff.
Yeah. So if you see that, don't think that I'm making April learn how to do this stuff. But
I
yeah,
just laugh because
we've gotten some funny
it'll
emails
be
and stuff
funny.
from people too, like stuff you wouldn't imagine. So we're just trying to make sure we don't get in trouble doing something like that. But yeah, it'll be fun for her to learn that. But yeah, I think we went a little over our time that we were hoping for. I'll answer one last question. Hein, he said, your thoughts on mullet bikes. Okay, this is a cool one. Actually, I'm really glad you asked that. I really like mullet bikes when they're above a certain travel. So for me, I can't really ride like a 160 millimeter and up 29 bike, but I can run like a mullet and I don't get the tire hitting my butt quite as much. So for me, I like the mullet in that situation. Shorter travel mullet bikes, I don't really see the need for it, but basically the mullet is cool because it allows me to get more tire clearance in between my tire and my butt on steep terrain and still have like a nice 29 front wheel that rolls over stuff. So I like mullet setup a lot. I don't think it's necessary on anything like short travel, but it's still fun. It rides cool and it kind of makes the front end feel lazy. So when you turn it like turns in instead of like carving like a knife. Took a while to get used to, but I like it. And I rode a bike like that all last year and it's cool. So yeah, sweet. Yeah. So great to see you guys live off the trail. That's cool. Yeah, we do. I like doing this stuff too. It's fun answering questions. But yeah, it's been cool. Awesome. Done?
Yeah, you said that was the last question.
All right.
So.
All right, we'll be done. Well, thank you guys so much for everything. Thanks for being a part of our crew. Like, do you have the plaque again?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, for people that didn't see, we just got this thing, so we'll hang it up somewhere. And this is all because of you guys. So thank you so much. Everyone who clicked subscribe is a huge part of this, and I don't know, it's been awesome.
Yeah, and we will email the winners. And if there's any problem for any reason, like if the Skydio winner wasn't really North America, we'll probably redraw that if that's any case. But we will email the winners. And if you missed it and you just want to, and you're not sure and you're anxious, you can watch this. And we did it in the beginning after we opened up the plaque.
Yeah,
So
and we'll probably do a community post too with just the
their
winners'
names,
names.
maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that'll be cool. But yeah, thank you guys so much. And we'll talk to you soon. Also, if you want to learn more about suspension, we'll be doing that suspension kind of like clinic on our Patreon. I think I'll probably film that this week and then it'll be all ready to go for you guys.
Yeah,
So.
and you have the tire one on there too. So if
Mhm.
anybody joins now as Patreon, they can review the old tire video.
Yeah, so that'll be cool. Hopefully we'll build that out more and just kind of keep providing information. And I want to use this to help you guys as much as possible. And yeah, huge thanks to you guys. Huge thanks to April and Kona for being a part of the crew. He's been sleeping through this whole live stream like a champ. All right, cool. Thank you guys so much. We'll talk to you soon.
All right, bye.